Sorry guys, I'm back. I forgot where I was at. So another thing Corey had mentioned in Alex Brigham's box is how I apparently have no contact with my mother. Sorry, it was only last week I was telling everyone my mum had just been to the beach with my kids. So, I don't know where he's getting these stories from and how he seems to spin a narrative that he's so factual and everyone else is liar and everyone else is a liar. Everybody else is wrong. Because I definitely do have contact with my mother. He's jealous that my mum loves me. And don't get me wrong, me and my mum had a very, very rocky relationship because of what happened. And as a mother myself, I now, as I'm older, I see how these things can lead you to feel divided, I'm going to say, because obviously it was one child's word against the other child's word. So that was, my mum was the parent that didn't believe anything happened, and my dad was the parent that wholeheartedly believed everything. Now, these things that happened to me as a child were spoken of to my mother when, not exactly at the time it happened, but a few years later. They were brushed off. They were then brought up again as an adult, and that's when all the outrage started. And then, obviously, things came out, what had happened to the other young girl. Now, the news article that Corey put on his story on Instagram, that's not my brother. I don't know who that is, but that's not him. Same offence, same name, but not my brother. So you have got the wrong person, Corey. Hence why I showed you. Can show other pictures that you've been sent, but the news article, that's not him. That looks nothing like him. It doesn't look even remotely like him. No, it's okay. I'm going to do it because obviously... No, the name... Yeah, no. So the person in the article, they have done that and they have committed the same crime and they have got the same name as him. But the picture is a completely different man. That's not who it is. It was only a few months ago I received a call from social services, and they called me to inform me that he was coming out of prison and just wanted to safeguard, because obviously they know I've got children, to make sure he's not around them, because he's for some reason named my mum as point of contact, and they were aware that obviously my mum spends time with my children because he has to declare it, I assume. My mum, obviously, she spoke to them after me and she said, I have nothing to do with him. I don't know why he's put my name down, because he definitely won't be coming to stay here. I think he had high hopes that he would be able to come out of prison and go to my mum's. He's actually been in and out of prison multiple times. I think the first sentence he got, he maybe did 3 years, 4 years, came out, broke his conditions, went straight back in, committed another crime, went straight back in, came out again, committed another crime, all of different natures, not all of the same nature. I set out for years, like absolutely years, to make sure that any woman that was around this man knew exactly what he was like. And I think to do that for someone that is your own relative is such a big thing to do, because to me, blood's not thicker than water. Like, to me, as a mother myself, who will do absolutely anything to safeguard my own children, everything I have done is, as soon as I have caught wind of him being around a woman who I know's got kids and they're unaware, He even went to the extent, right, of going on dating sites under a different name and trying to make a whole new identity. And when I found out he was at some girl's house in another city who obviously didn't know who he was, I got in touch with her. I told her and I warned her because she has a daughter. When I had my son at 17 years old, I moved out. I had nothing to do with family for years. And the reason I did that, and I left like the family home with next to nothing and started all over again, was because I had a child and I knew what this man was capable of. And I didn't want anything to happen if he ever came back or anything like that. I didn't want to feel like my child would be unsafe around him. Oh, Lexi, 100% on that. Blood is very harder to clean up. Now, he did come out of prison a few months ago because he did actually contact my dad. My dad never applied. My dad told me to give me a heads up. I informed him that I was already aware because I had a call from social services to warn me. And my dad said, don't you worry, I've not replied. I'm never going to reply to him. My dad can't stand the man. Wants absolutely nothing to do with him, his own son, for what he did to his daughter. And it wasn't only me that he did it to. Last year, another family member came forward, and I'm obviously not going to disclose what family member because it's clear that Corey does dig in, and that's not fair. They're not on the app. Like, that's not fair for them to be dragged up like that. But they came forward a year ago to me about what happened to them. And they said multiple things that were very similar to what happened to myself. And I supported that family member wholeheartedly. And I know even then, I can't remember exactly what happened with my mum. I think my mum got in touch with them as well. And that was when my mum did a switch up, and her whole opinion on what happened changed completely. Because when I was a child, I think this should be a lesson to everybody, that if somebody finds the courage who is a child to come forward and tell you something that's happened to them in their life, then you should always believe the child. Because if you don't believe the child with what they are saying, they go through so many years of never speaking out about anything. And I think that what happened to me when I was younger absolutely ruined my childhood completely. And don't get me wrong, right? I am so grateful for my children now because I feel like I get to experience childhood all over again, but with my own children. So I get to have all the experiences that were taken from me with them. And one thing I will always do is make sure that my children are never in that situation that I was put through. And this exact same brother who did all that to me kicked the shit out of me when I was pregnant with my son. Thank you, Levi. He kicked me in the stomach while I was heavily pregnant with Harvey, threatened to throw me down the stairs, and said he hoped that he was unalived. He is a disgusting, awful person for how he treated me. And you bet when that happened, I called my dad straight away, and my dad came straight over. He had him up by the throat against the wall, threatening him. And one thing I can always be so grateful for is that if I ever need anybody, my dad is always there for me. And I think it's sickening, some of the comments I'm seeing on screen recordings of people's lives. Somebody had said, no, honestly, Buggy, I'm fine. The kids are in their rooms. I think Billy's asleep and Harvey and Blake are watching a movie. But the comments I'm seeing from women who are mothers, who are sisters, who are somebody's daughter, to say the things they are saying is disgusting. Somebody said, what was Anne-Marie, she's called, in Alex Brigham's live. She wants to be grateful she still has her brother. Sorry, what? I want to be grateful that my brother, who SA'd me when I was a child, is alive still. Well, do you know what, Anne-Marie? You have him. You take him. Next time he comes out of prison, you take him. He's all yours. Have him around your family. Have him around your children. Because what the fuck? I don't need him. I do not need to be grateful that the person that SA'd me is alive still. What the fuck? They're 100% desperate for validation. All saying that I've lied about it. Were you there when it happened? Were you there when I broke down multiple times? When I was taken to hospital as a teenager, not wanting to be alive anymore because of what my brother did to me? It is absolutely insane. And I have openly talked about this on the app nearly a year ago. This isn't news that Corey's making out I've just come out with yesterday. Like he's saying, I have openly spoke up on things like this on the app a year ago, because this is why I am such an advocate to keeping children safe on the internet. And Corey was fully aware of this. He's acting like he doesn't know anything. He's acting like he knows absolutely nothing. He knew everything because we had a conversation about this a few months ago. And that is one thing I can't understand, why he's acting. He tried to plant a seed by saying Sophie will say this and that and she'll say that. Yeah, because you knew I was going to say that, because you already knew the story, Corey, because we've spoke about it before. And I think Luke needs to hang his head in shame. He's absolutely disgusting. And I think people need to remember, I think Red herself has come out with a story like this that's happened to her when she was younger. So I'd love to see what Red's reaction to this is. Because Red, as a woman and a mother and a grandmother who has been through the exact same things that I've been through, to sit and condone this kind of behaviour is disgusting. And I think if you don't call that out, and any women on this side, yes, he did actually, yes, he said, there's a clip of it in Alex Brigham's box where he's saying he is profiting off my trauma. That's what he said. He's profiting off child SA. He's openly admitted that. And he says, I will profit off this for a couple of days and then I will move on to the next thing. But the thing is, Corey, no amount of money in the world can keep you safe. Just remember that. Luke bigging him up, yes, saying that I've lied about it all. Sorry, Luke, were you there? Karma does always catch up 100%. Karma will get back to these people. And the thing is as well, I've said multiple times on this app that nobody could get to me on here because I have been through everything possibly. Like anything possible a woman can go through, I have been through it. And if Corey thinks that he's the one that can bring me down and say something to hurt me, he's got it all wrong. It is two men, Levi, and that's the worst part, that this is two men doing this. Well, three if we want to include Alex Brigham, because if I was Alex Brigham and I already had the accusations against me that have been said, mocking this kind of situation before, I would have tried to cover my own back and then called them out and said, no, you shouldn't be saying that. But Alex Brigham's definitely gone down in my estimations after this. And the crazy thing is, it was only, 2 weeks ago, Alex Brigham was calling Pearl out, admitting that me and Levi told the truth all along and Pearl was the liar. But now they're trying to run with the narrative that I'm a liar, when Alex was bigging me up and apologising, literally 2 weeks ago, saying that we told the truth and Pearl was the liar the whole time. I haven't seen Fat Freaks live. I don't know what he said on the situation. I know Fat Freak's got morals though, so I know he won't have said anything bad. I think they just give the energy that they are very, very miserable in their own lives. Nobody loves them. They'll never have anybody love them. They will never have any support from their own families or from their own friends. And you know, Corey, it was only, a week ago, you were telling us all about your sister's son, Zachary, who's just been born. I pray to God that nothing happens to that poor boy, because your whole perspective on how you treat people on the internet will completely change if it happened in your own family. You will never, ever be able to react like that ever again. And the way you treat women and the way you try and put women down and say the most vile things about them because you hate your own life and you are so miserable. But just checked his live. Is on YouTube. From last night, you'll get the clip where he said she's spoken about it before. Exactly. I have spoken about it before numerous times. I did. So what happened was I was in Yorkshire trading and he called me, said that a fake account has messaged him saying that all this stuff about my brother. And I said to Corey, I don't know who would do that. I said, because that would be insane to run with that story because I was his first victim. He tried to blame Levi for it. He tried to blame Candyman. He said it was either Candyman or Levi, he said. And I said, why the hell would Levi do that to me? I said, that would be absolutely insane. Every fake account that's posted stuff on me, he tried to drill in my head it was Levi to leave him. It was weird.
Hey, lovely.
Hi, Tiff.
I'm not going to be on long. I just wanted to jump up and say that you've handled this amazingly and don't explain yourself anymore.
Oh no, I won't. I just wanted to set some facts straight because when I saw the clip of him in Alex Brigham's box, he twisted everything I said, and he gave ages. Everything happened to me. I never once said an age. I never said anything.
I know, babe. I just wanted to jump up. Just don't give them any. Just don't give them any more. They've buried themselves, and all of these people in this live right now are agreeing with you and supporting you. So please don't give them any more, babe.
Yeah, I won't. Thank you.
You're all right. I'm going to jump down. I just wanted to jump up and say that, and I'm sending you so much love.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Tiff.
All right, babe. I'll catch you soon, yeah?
Thank you. Speak to you soon, lovely.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, darling. Tiff's very lovely. Take 2 weeks annual leave. No, I don't need to take any annual leave. Don't worry. The thing is, when you go through years of your life with your own mother not believing what happened, and she doesn't believe you until years and years down the line, I think Corey and strangers on the internet not believing something is completely their opinion. It is nothing but an opinion, and that's down to them. It's completely, if they don't want to believe it, that's fine. Does it affect my life? No, not really, because the people that matter, who know these people in real life, have had relationships with these people in real life, know exactly who them kinds of people are and what more than capable of. There's going to be people that don't believe things. There's going to be people that do. But one thing I can stand by every day is know that I am my authentic self. I'm an honest person. Sometimes I am just too brutally honest with people, and it's probably not always a good thing, but I've always been the kind of person to always tell the truth. And one thing I don't do is lie, and I will never, ever lie in any situation.
Hi, Sophie.
Hi, lovely.
Hi. I was in Levi's live earlier on. My heart's breaking for you, Hen. It really is. What that guy has done to you is despicable. Not only has it affected you, it's probably affected your children as well, and it's affected a lot of people on here. I went through the exact same as you. I'm a 51-year-old woman. I've never spoke about it. My husband only found out about what happened to me about 10 years ago. I have got 4 brothers who to this day don't know what happened to me. And in fact, that scumbag has brought your trauma and posted it over an app. For no cares or feelings for you, for your kids, for your family, for your friends. That's all what for views.
Yeah, views, and just to make money off it.
And to get one over. And see all these other wee cretins that he's in with, ones that support him after this. Fuck them all. Do you mean it's disgraceful? Did he know? I heard you saying there that he knew about it. He knew about your trauma.
Yes, he did already know about this before, yes.
So him acting as though, and do you know what really gets to me? He was fucking, see the excitement when he made out to get that text? Who gets that excited about hearing someone has been through that?
Yeah, this is what's concerning about him. Like, to me personally, like, this is beyond narcissism. This is like a very sick and twisted individual who needs help.
It is. And to let you, I know, focusing on it's tit for tat. She put a photo up his dad,
Yeah, his dad in his
a photograph
chef
up,
outfit.
a fucking photograph up, and he drags up your fucking trauma.
Mm.
Can I just say, he profited off your other trauma as well, because when I was telling you to drop the box, he was laughing, but you were too focused on telling your story. He done it again to you. Get this the second time now, so.
He's vile, but see when he done it the other day, what I was saying to Levi, he done that where he was bringing up what you've done in the past, and he was putting up the website. I phoned the police because I googled it first, and I was like, who are you to be? This is a young woman with kids, and you're putting that out there. Go to my Instagram. Like, how dare he? How would he feel if he's got sisters, he said, if her boyfriend or an ex-friend done that to her? Like,
That's the thing. I never was on any of them websites.
But regardless,
I
there's plenty of women
openly
are.
talked about this when
I heard your story, and
when we had conversations about my ex-partner after he took his life. That is one thing my ex did to me when we split up. He put me on all these websites. It was all in part of the police case, which Corey has also seen proof of. I have sent him prior emails from the police. You can see the police officer's name. If he wanted to contact them himself, he can do so. He acts like he's not seen any proof of anything. He's seen the emails from the police. He's seen emails from IDAS, the domestic abuse charity, who were trying to help me and get me out of the home. He's got an image of a big bruise on my arm, which is shaped like a hand. You can see each finger mark. But for some reason on his live, he messed up last night and said my eye. There was never a bruise on my eye. It was my arm. He's
one sick individual. Like, is he going for every other woman? Because my daughter's got friends who do OF. That's the same kind of line of work. So is he going for? And there's plenty of women on here do it. So is he going for every single woman?
No,
because
just
they
me.
can't just fucking single you out. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he's slating every other woman, and probably some of these women are still going to support him. And shame on every fucking one of them. Because a lot of them will be mothers herself, and as I think about it, you treat people how you'd like to be treated yourself or your family members. That's how I look at things. And if I've got a grown-ass son, and if he ever done anything like that, I would disown him. Like, I just think I don't know, I think they're going about EQ's vile. No, he's fucking vile. Like, he's disgusting, he's horrible. The way he spoke to, you were talking about, it was in Alex Brigham's box, and a woman, probably a random woman, made a comment to him, not a nasty comment. She was classed as a troll, and he turned around and said, oh, and you've got kids up as your profile picture, and he made a remark about it, and I'm like, why, what are you fucking all about? Why are you bringing up this woman having a kid or child or grandchild as a profile picture? Exactly. All because she made a comment to him that he didn't like. Like, he's got too big for I think he's untouchable in here, and he ain't untouchable.
No, he's definitely not untouchable.
Definitely not.
And he needs his karma. I don't incite violence on anybody, but he's affected so many people.
The thing is, I've made it quite clear. I have 8 brothers. I've got 7 others who are disgusted by what happened to me, and I'm pretty sure once I've spoke to them, they'll be very disgusted by what Corey said as well.
I think there's a female Jessie wants to come up as well. She's in the box, but she's petrified. But don't be petrified.
I was when I came.
There's no one in the box.
No, okay. If you want to request.
But I think it's honestly, but I mean, as somebody who's been there, I would hate somebody to bring my trauma to this app. I'm lucky enough I don't have family on here. My daughter doesn't like this app. So I know they're never going to see me or hear me talking because I don't have any family on here. But knowing that somebody has, and he's brought that and made a mockery of it, and I need to see evidence. Who the fuck does he think he is?
Well, I think his exact words were, because he didn't go to prison because of me, it means that what happened to me didn't happen.
Oh, right, is that right?
Yeah, that's what he said,
Yeah.
I never went to police until I must have been in my 40s when I came out with mine. So many years later, I was probably 13, between 13 and 15. And I didn't tell my husband until I was at least 40. So because I kept it in, am I kidding on about that? Is that what he's trying to say about every other fucking victim that walks this earth? Because there's plenty of victims who go through, what is it called again? Historic abuse or SE or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How fucking dare he? Sorry, I've come in, I've just tangled, but I just had to speak to you. But
No, I appreciate. I'm sorry for what happened to you as well. I think people need to stand together in situations like this, not all go at each other.
But the thing is, folk won't. They'll let him away with it. It's fucking Corey. Corey can do whatever he wants in this app. But
those two evil men will prevent people from speaking up now. That's the thing with what
exactly,
they're doing.
they will.
So no one wants to speak up no more because this kind of thing will happen.
Aye, because folk are judging, want evidence, and him doing timelines of photographs on your Facebook page.
And doing polls and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's sick.
Aye, like, try to pick holes in everything. Like, who is he? A fucking
when she's
police
15,
officer?
14 and encourage people to go and look at her when she's in a school uniform and stuff. It's weird.
Aye, it's just, no, I think he needs a police. And I hope the police will win him, because I believe a few folk phoned up the other day about him. But he needs to stop, because if he's no going to affect the people, like, I know Zach's a different story, what he's going through, but he's involved in that because he's putting me digs in as well. That was what I meant to say to you, actually, was he's asking you, right, for evidence and datelines and all this shit. But when he ran with that Kieran story, that was just that guy saying it, but he took his for word and ran up a fucking live on it.
Exactly, because it was against Zach.
So it didn't need any evidence or nothing, but he wants fucking dates, times, fucking, do you know what I mean? Total.
Yeah.
It's, you can't be doing this to folk. Like, I've went through 10 years of hell, having it bottled up. Like, I've got a daughter myself, and I could never bring myself to tell her what I'm through. I don't want her to ever know what I'm through. But as folk, he's all your digital footprint, Sophie, and all this. But he's added to your digital footprint by putting that out where your kids have got to see that. And you don't want your kids to know you've been through something like that. I certainly don't, and I believe you're probably the same.
No, exactly. My children aren't aware of it. They don't even know that this brother exists.
There was another female in Angie's box today, the same situation, same.
Yep, there's so many.
A lot of people did say it's because what Corey did. I'm not sure if that's true though. People were telling me, but she was in there crying to Angie about it.
It's just there's like, I know whenever I've been to see psychologists a few times, and he's saying that there is a lot of women and men who went through this, like childhood trauma.
This is the thing. When I was doing therapy as an adult, they try piece together a timeline from where everything started, and that brought it all back up for me again, because they realised it all stemmed from that.
I had to stop wanting it because it was making my mental health worse. Because I didn't know how to really live anything. So I had to stop the therapy. But I think he's just a vile, disgusting little man, and your parents must be fucking ashamed of you. Because see, if it was my son, I would disown him. I wouldn't even say it was my son, because he's horrible.
He even puts his own dad in danger, saying he's got people to look inside the police and get information. You're not allowed to do that.
Oh, I told the police when I phoned the other day, and I spoke to a nice Welsh police lady, and I said about how he goes on about how his dad's a police officer.
Yeah, and gets information and stuff.
Yes, his dad tells him this and that. I ain't a grassing forward at night in grass, but I ain't going to see a young woman, because you're probably the same age as my daughter, and I would do the exact same if it was my daughter. And I would like to think there was plenty of other women who've got daughters that did phone up the police as well on your behalf, because it's just wrong. And I don't flip.
Just say something really, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I'm going to jump straight back down again, but Soph, do me a massive, massive favour, please.
Yes.
Please don't drop your case, babe. I beg
No,
you.
don't ever, don't let him away with it.
No, I won't. I won't.
I'll make sure she won't.
Please.
Don't let
Thank you, Levi.
he
She
cannot
knows,
Hi,
get
she
Levi,
away.
knows,
by the
she
way.
knows I'm like, hello. I get
Yeah.
on to him and stuff like this.
Yeah,
He cannot get away with it. Because he's going to think he can
don't
do it
drop it,
again
babe.
to somebody else.
Exactly.
Or else keep on doing
I
stuff
just,
to you.
Hello. Oh, it's gone. Jesse, come back up.
I was
I'll
sitting
jump
there
down. I just
thinking,
wanted
and
to
I
say,
just,
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, sorry, I'll jump down, but thank you very much for letting me up, Sophie. I just had to speak to you. And you've got this, girl. You're a
Thank
strong
you
taker.
so much. I really appreciate all the support.
Big
Thank you
hugs.
so much.
Listen, there's so much support out for you. They realise and those that don't support you, well, I wouldn't want fucking support for them anyway if they support that.
I will, Caroline.
Right, take care and thank you very much, lovely.
Thank you. Have a
Hey.
lovely evening.
Bye, Lloyd.
You too, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, right, babe. Yeah, I was sitting here thinking, and I'm looking at the comments, and I can see all your support, and it just shows. Soph, you are so appreciated. You are funny. Your FYP is priceless, mate. I don't miss your FYP. Any night I am making sure the kids are in bed, the husband's quiet, and I'm watching your FYP.
I even say to her, like, you go live now, so I can watch you, because I like watching your show, don't I, Self?
Yeah.
Yes, Levi, exactly.
The thing is,
She's
all
a
I do
legend.
is have opinions on what these people put on the internet themselves.
You're
And if
FYP.
that hurts their feelings too much and it damages their pride, having a woman call you out on your shitty behaviour, then
Yes,
you need to get help.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Don't get
babe,
yourself on the
exactly.
FYP.
All it does is show how weak of a man these people are, i.e. Corey and Luke.
Alex.
Yep.
Be so affected and upset by a stranger who is a woman's opinion on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly, baby. It's for some reason. I mean, I've followed EQ. I've followed EQ since the Pole Party days. So I think it was 2016, and I followed EQ, and I've took some shit, man. I've took some shit, but you know what? All right, she says some shitty things, but do you know, if you go through everybody on TikTok, she's the most honest. Yeah, she's abrupt, but she's the most honest. And then she introduced us to you, Soph, and I was like, do you know what? You're brilliant. You don't pussyfoot around shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm so sorry for swearing. You don't pussyfoot around it, and it's appreciated because yeah, you've got the blokes on the app like Bori and Pukey, 2'2" little dude. Do you know what I mean? You've got them, but then you've got the women on the app, and do you know what? We've got every right to say what we need to say, and not be shouted down by, you know, the 2'2" dude who can't have a conversation without screaming, who only defends the clique. And when I watched the whole conversation about earlier, oh yeah, you know, oh you have to be defended by your little crew. Hang on a minute, Luke. Wasn't it you the only, you know, you'd shout down if anyone talked about Red? Don't try me, dude, because I'll flick you in the teeth. You're a div. Right, I'm gonna go because I got carried away. But
No,
Soph, I love you, babe.
Thank you. Love
Keep
you
your head
too,
up.
darling. I will.
Please
Thank
keep
you.
up with the case. All
I
right,
will.
catch you all soon, yeah?
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Talk later.
Bye.
Bye.
I actually received a message today off Poker Biatch
Yes.
saying that I called her a wrong'un last night.
Oh.
I said, I do believe you're a wrong'un, yes. Said you support people who mock DV and child SA. So yes, I said F off, you SKET, and then blocked her.
Agreed.
So before that comes out, I did message her that because she deserves it.
Yeah, of course.
And to me, any other women that support that, you know, who else is Maud Sarah, Chantal, Miss J? Miss J surprised me considering Cockapoo was questioning her DV not long ago, and that was an absolute outrage.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to have a few choice words about Cockapoo as well. Obviously, I don't know what her diagnoses are right now or anything like that, but it doesn't give you a get out of jail free card to go around and say what you want and do what you want to people and think that it means that you're protected and it gives you immunity, because it doesn't.
Is anyone, no offense, is anyone forgetting that cockapoo asked for someone's proof for their C's, by the way? Did anyone forget about that?
Yeah, she also asked somebody else to prove they had the big C.
Yeah, so
But there's outrage when somebody else asks her.
that's when it's the click.
The thing is, in my opinion, no one should be asking anyone for proof of anything like that.
I even told Angie that today. And she asked me about that. I said no. None of my business.
Like, I will just believe, in my opinions, I'll believe a victim of something. And if it turns out they were wrong, I would rather look a fool for believing them than look more of a fool for not believing them and it being true.
Exactly. Easy to apologise, isn't it?
Exactly. And what did Luke say? That we've never done anything off the app to help anybody, did he say?
Yes.
So we raised nearly £2,000 at Christmas to donate to children charities so they could get presents at Christmas who didn't have money or were in hospital and going through illnesses in hospital, and to make sure they had a nice Christmas.
Yep.
I donated £50 to Casey's, who dog has passed and she couldn't get his ashes, so she was raising money for that. I didn't publicise it. I didn't go, everyone, look, I've donated. I've done multiple things to donate and help people out on this app. Sometimes it's fired back at me and, it's backfired completely and it's been a scam, but more fool me for doing it. I will still always stand by my morals. Yeah, what's Luke ever done than scream? Look how everything they have to do is public. Oh, this has happened to Marcus Ems's mod. Please get in touch with us. We want to donate £100 for you and your child to go out. You could have done that privately. You didn't need to say it on live. Everything is, we've got to shout about it and try. And to me, you don't know if you're embarrassing that person by doing so. You don't know anything. So to me, I like to do everything quietly behind the scenes and help people out when they need it.
Exactly.
It's all for their ego. For me, when you do things like that, it is complete damage control.
Yeah, with boxers as well, yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for the gifts. I really appreciate it. Sorry, there's been that many fly across. I've not noticed them.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they asked Ed Wings. Did Mother Teresa ask Ed Wings for proof of his SH as well? I'm sure Dead Wings told me that. I didn't see the live because obviously I was live myself.
Was it Mother Teresa?
Corey seemed to think that I was checking my phone to watch his live last night. I was checking my phone because of a group chat I had with the people I was doing the live for, the victims of that creator.
And I think I texted you about the cat bit in Angie. You said, I hope, Sheila, you said, I hope she's okay. Yeah, so.
Hungry Guy already knew about it. Me and him have already discussed it previously. That's how he already knew. He's just acting like he only just found out and then admitted that he did already know.
He knows. That's the thing about
it. Yeah, they wanted proof. Mother Teresa wanted proof of Dead Wings SH he'd done. But look what happened to Zach when Zach sent proof of his. It got sent all over the app. They shared it all between the clique and tried to degrade him for it. So why I said to Dead Wings, never send them proof of anything like that, because it will never stay just between you and that person. It will be sent between them all because they have no type of privacy or anything like that. You can't trust them with anything.
I really think Alicia's the main issue.
Alicia is a very big issue. To be honest, I'd like to know Alicia's opinion of this.
I think Alicia's the one that sends everything to everyone.
I would love to know what Alicia's opinion is and if she agrees with what Corey did last night or not.
Oh, they'll avoid her.
Yeah, he did a poll for people to vote whether I went through DV. He did a poll for various weird things like that. To me, that's a strange thing to do a poll on.
He just needs to grow up, that kid.
He's a very strange person.
Yeah.
The thing is as well, I did used to really like Miss J. I've always spoke highly of her and defended her. Yes, I have. Yes, Karen.
I think with Miss J, she's friends with everyone, so do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I will never speak highly. Anybody that I see in Corey's life supporting him, any other creators, that's it, they're blocked. I want nothing to do with them. To me personally now, even I've always said people can support who they want on this app, but after this has happened, I don't want anyone who supports Corey in my life ever again. So this is me kindly asking now, if you're a fan of Corey, please respectfully F off. I don't want any of you. I don't want your gifts. I don't want anything from you. I don't want as little as a fucking heart me from you. I don't want anything. You can keep your dirty money. Thank you so much, Kay, darling. Oh, 100% she has. Yes, 100%. Thank you, guys. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. Alicia was asking to be pinned in Corey's live clout chaser. Imagine doing all that and then wanting to speak to them. The weird thing is he did all that live on me and the things I went through as a child, and then asked to be added to the live when we was out in Who Evil Avocado was.
Yeah, he was like, Levi, I know you're watching. Get Sophie to let me in. That's why I texted you, don't you?
Yeah, and I said, no fucking way.
I don't get him. I just don't get him. I don't think he gets himself.
No, I don't think. I think he's extremely ill. I think he's very, very poorly, and he would greatly benefit from some sort of therapy.
And he does this, right, guys, but he's actually shit scared. He doesn't sleep, he's told us. He stays up all night. I don't know why he keeps doing himself. There's like something to happen to him. Don't get it.
Do you know what Corey wants? And I'm going to be brutally honest here. He wants something to happen to him to make him a victim so everybody feels sorry for him again. He wants somebody to go to his house and knock him about. He wants someone to break windows. He wants somebody to do something to his car, because then he becomes the victim again and he's not the perpetrator anymore. That is what he wants. Look, when it happened with Sam Walker, he went at him again and carried it on.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he wants it to happen, because he saw all the sympathy and gifts he got. And he thinks because he's now got immunity from Sam Walker, he can do what he wants. Well, Sam Walker's not here now, Corey, so what are you going to do? Thank you, Willow Tree. Thank you, everyone, for the heart maze. I have a voice note of Sam Walker saying he'll never go against him and he doesn't care about the TikTok drama, but he pretends to care just for his views, basically. I've got all sorts that Corey sent. He's forwarded voice notes on from Sam to other people. They've forwarded it on to me.
Yeah, he's not a private person. He shares a lot of stuff around and everything.
Like, look at that time he had the phone call with Ricky and Talia and he slated Levi.
Oh, yeah.
To the high heavens, brought his child into it and everything, and we covered for him and said it was set up. Yeah. It was never set up. We didn't know about that, so we were shocked. And Levi was
the proof. Hold on.
Levi was you making some mad noises. What's that noise going through on your?
Wait a minute, hold
on. There was. Can you imagine Happy Days play? He's watching some movie with Blake, and I just heard him go, "Oh my god!" Yeah, the all the stuff he said in that call, we had to cover for him because he panicked. He messaged us panicking, saying, "Just say it was set up. Just say you knew about it to get out of this." We covered for Corey so many times when he snaked us. And we defended him so many times, even though Levi was upset about it. And I said to Levi, like, please, like, just forgive him. Like, he's just effed up. And the whole time he was going around talking shit about everyone. And then he sat there in Alex's live saying, no, I really loved Levi. I really loved Sophie, but they did me dirty. I did nothing wrong to Corey to make him turn against me. He turned against me because Zia had an opinion of him. And he blamed that on me because it was said in my box. Anyone is allowed an opinion of anyone. What is the difference between that and then someone sitting in the live chat saying their opinion? Like, that's not my opinions of you. I had very different opinions, but trust me, Corey, I always kept you at arm's length and I was always very wary of you. That's why I didn't tell you things. And Levi warned me from day one, be very careful of Corey. That's why every time he asked me to meet him when I went to Wales, I always said, yeah, okay, and then never did. I always just went home and never messaged him, because fuck going to hang around with somebody like that. There's nothing I would hate more than to be in the company of somebody like Corey.
Do you know, yes, as well, he even said to Angie, I give him an address to him, and I put in an address into WhatsApp, and I showed Angie nothing in, I'm never getting the address. But here's the message. Just lies about little things, well, it's ridiculous.
Well, he said that I sent Angie's clapper to him, but Angie texted me a while ago and I've still got all the messages between me and Corey where Angie messaged me saying, did you send Corey my clapper? And I said, no, I haven't even got it anymore. And then I screenshot the messages and sent it to Corey, and he said, I never said that to her. I said that you had it, not that you sent me it. And then he sent me his conversation between him and Angie of him saying, I never told you that. But now he's trying to spin the narrative that I have. So if he has got it, it'll be from Alicia, because she loves to look at pictures of women naked. Very weird.
Can you read that out?
The last part you mentioned in my parenting, I can't even remember the call. I'll be for real. Just stick to that I was planting it, knowing they would out it. I'll clear it and play it tomorrow. So that was when Corey was talking badly of Levi on the phone to Ricky and Talia, and they outed it. And after that, we knew then that we couldn't trust Corey anymore. But we covered for him still, so he didn't look stupid to protect him.
Covered him loads of times.
Thank you, Marnie. I really appreciate it. The thing is, I hit rock bottom in my life 2 years ago where I had nothing. And you've nothing to lose when you have nothing. The only way you can go then is up. And that's all I've done ever since. So there is no way I am going to let a man who clearly has some sort of personality disorder to try and bring me back down to that stage in my life when I've moved on from that stage. And even Luke as well, trying to drag me down, calling me Cokey Bailey all the time, all sorts of crazy shit he calls me. It's insane. I'm a mother before anything else, and my parenting, no one could ever say anything bad about. I have an amazing relationship with both my children's dads. We get on so well, and they're both the kinds of people, they're both the kinds of men that would lay him into the ground if they came face to face with him. And I have made them aware of what's been going on and what's been said, and they're not happy either. They want blood, but we'll let them deal with that how they want to deal with it. I've told them not to contact him because then he knows who they are. And one thing people don't know on this app is who my children's fathers are. Exactly, Unicorn Gemstar. Like, when you've been through the worst, nothing phases you anymore. I've seen horrible things. I've been through horrible things that I would not wish upon my worst enemy. Corey literally told us that he doesn't sleep at night and he's worried that people are going to come to his house all the time. Imagine living that life. And he can't even deny that because he's on TikTok till 4 a.m. every day, just sat in random people's boxes because he's scared. Imagine living a life in fear. No, he didn't. Exactly, it's his own fault, and I hope he does live a life in fear for the rest of his life. Oh, somebody's outside. Who's that? Blake? I don't know who that is. Someone's gone in the bathroom. I don't know how anyone can support him, especially as a woman. I think any women in his lives need exposing immediately for who they are. Because if you're a woman and you can support that kind of behaviour, then that's crazy to me. I don't know how anybody could. And I really hope that nothing ever happens to any of their daughters or sisters or even mother, grandmother. Like if you'd have seen my grandma's reaction when she found out what happened to me, she broke down. It nearly like unalived her. She could not cope with it, what happened to me. And she was so upset. She was probably more upset than my dad was, because I was always very close with my grandmother. Like, this is real life things that have affected real life people and people that aren't on the app. I'm all for having a back and forth. Call me out for shit I say on here. Call me out for shit I've done. But don't bring family into it that have also been through the same trauma and think that that's one up on someone, because it's not.
Look what he's done to Angie about his dad's.
Yeah, didn't he post Angie's neighbour all over his Instagram story, a 90-year-old man?
Mock his dad, say who would want to grape her, doxing her dress all the time. He's done loads of things to Angie as well. And Angie never took nothing off the app towards him, just what's on the app.
The thing is, I think Angie was blind and thinking he was a real friend to her. That's the problem.
No.
And look what he's still doing now in Alex's box, saying, Angie, I know I don't want anything to do with you, but stay away from them. He's trying to control Angie and what she does.
Angie's had a lot of fun the past few days.
Somebody else in Alex's live in the chat, they were trying to blame my parents for what happened to me. They said it's a parent's fault.
Oh, the chat wild.
They were saying wild stuff, saying it was my parents' fault. How is it my parents' fault what somebody else did to me? I would never, ever hold my parents accountable. Don't get me wrong, I had issues with my mum for years because of her not believing me. But when she believed me later on in life, everything then just got, you need your mum in your life. As much as I've had issues with my mum, whenever something bad has happened, the first thing I want is my mum. So them years I had nothing to do with her. It was painful. And I would ring my dad crying all the time, saying, I just need my mum right now. And I just can't contact her because we had each other blocked. I didn't want to just turn up at her house because I didn't know what the situation would be, if I'd be welcomed there or not, or who was there. I've got my dad, I've got my stepmom, I've got my mum, I've got my stepdad. I've spent the last year building my relationships back with my family that I lost for years and years because of what happened to me as a child. Exactly, FYP affected. Was Corey not outraged by what Marcus M said to her mod? And now he's just done the exact same thing. He's just done the exact same thing to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And where's the outrage now? There's no outrage because it's me. And they don't like me.
Because they hate you. It's always spite.
Yeah. And they always say they've got morals and nobody else has. Where are the morals? Because I don't see them.
And they
are they in the bottom of the buzzball?
And they gang up as well. They gang up on Zach for nearly a whole week. Now they gang up on you.
It's insane. To me, to put somebody who was a child in the firing line like that. I was a child. I wasn't even a teenager. I hadn't even hit my teen years yet. I was still a child. And at the time when it happened, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that it was wrong when I was that age. You don't know when you're that young. You have no idea whatsoever. It's only as you get older and you start coming to terms with what happened that you realise, like, what the fuck? And then having to live under the same roof as the person that did it to you for years until you finally find a way to leave. At 17 years old, I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to use a fucking washing machine. I took myself and my newborn baby out and away to protect him. Exactly. Everything I have now, I have because of me, not because of a man.
No. You're smashing yourself.
Not because of what somebody else has done for me. And don't get me wrong, like, Billy and Blake's dad, he supported me for years through all this because he knew everything. And he supported me for years and was so amazing and so patient with me. And all this stuff affects you so mentally forever. It doesn't just go away. It changes your whole outlook on anybody at all. I can't explain it. Like, trust issues you have for people when somebody the closest to you who you should feel safe around does something like that to you, your trust issues go out of the window. Like, you can't trust anybody. And I will never ever allow my children to feel unsafe or in that situation ever. And I've always drilled it in my children's head from a young age that they can tell me absolutely anything, because I do not want my child to feel like if anything happened to them that they couldn't tell me, or they're too scared to tell me, that I wouldn't believe them. I always believe everything they tell me. And if it turns out they've lied, they've lied. But I'd rather believe them than take the risk of not believing anything they say. And I really do appreciate all the support. I wasn't going to come on tonight because I'll be honest, like, I just had to go out today and just keep my mind distracted from everything. And then...
Yeah, how was the beach?
It was
it
nice until it rained.
Was it, like, busy?
Yeah, until it rained and then it went empty, but we just stayed there and ran around for ages, yeah.
Down by the car park.
Oh, I had an argument in the car park. This guy who was just blocking every spot. It was all jam-packed, like he was trying to get in every spot and just blocking everyone's way. And I just pulled into this space. He went mad, started shouting at me. I shouted back at him, stuck middle finger up, you know what I mean? I'm not going to deal with people who are rude like that.
You should have went live, get some content for the FYP.
No signal. No signal.
Oh, yeah, it dropped the sword, didn't it? Yeah. But she's gone.
And Adam warned me earlier it was going to rain today, and I said, no, it's not going to rain till later. And then on the beach, it pissed it down, but we just ran around on the beach in the rain. Because these are the memories you don't get back with your kids. Like, you know, when I look back at my childhood, I don't remember anything nice, really. Like, I just remember a load of shit. And, like, they're just awful things, and I try not to think about it. So now all I try to do is make these memories again, but with my kids, and just replace them. No, I would never ever speak to Corey again. Thank you, Livewire. I said it before when he said when he spun with this fake story about my ex that I apparently told him 2 weeks before he died to take his life. Like, that was wild, because Corey, the day after I found out what had happened to him, I was on a group call with him and Levi, and I was crying about it. And I said, like, I don't know why I'm upset after everything he did to me, but I think it's just, it's hard to process that, because at one point that was someone you was with and you was once in love with, and when that happens, you just find it really hard to get over, no matter who it is. And people were believing him. People were saying, oh my God, Sophie did that, so it's her fault. That never happened. There was never a conversation that went on where I said to Corey, I told him to do this, because I would never tell anybody to do that. Even like my worst enemies, I haven't wished death upon. But who is the one who sat on TikTok all the time, wishing that on people, telling people to go hang from chandeliers and tell? It was only the other week he was saying, what was he saying? He was saying he hoped, someone said, where's Sophie? And he said, oh, she's dead, I hope so, or something like that. Like, when you're saying these things, Corey, that are just too far, like these people, you're saying it about are mothers, are children of somebody. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, apparently Corey doesn't tell lies. I'm yet to come across a story that Corey tells that isn't a complete lie, because he seems to be very incapable of ever telling the truth to anybody. So many lies this man's told me when I was friends with him. I've called him out on things numerous times, and he'd go, I never said that. And I was like, yes, you did, Corey. A few days ago, you said it on the phone to me. I'll go, no, I never said that. And I'm like, right. And he just gaslight you into thinking like you've just dreamt that it happened. He's insane. He genuinely believes his own lies, and to me, they're the most dangerous kind of people. Like, I think he's got to the stage where he lies so much about his life that he believes everything himself. It's like become like some fantasy for him, and he is a complete fantasist. And do you know what? The worst part is that my brother that did everything he did to me, he is the exact same as Corey. He is a compulsive liar. There was actually a time when we got pulled into a meeting at school when I was in high school with social services, because he told everybody, all his teachers, that my mum beats us up, and he punched himself in the stomach and told school that my mum had done it to us. And obviously I had to sit there and say, no, she would never do that. She would never lay hands on us like that. What the hell? And that was crazy, because I was terrified, thinking that, you know, am I going to be away from my mum and dad now and stuck with him after what he'd done to me in the past? Like, I was in so much fear. And I do believe that my own mum was trauma bonded to him. Sorry, I cannot accuse Corey of that. What are you talking about? I'm talking about my family, Morella. And there was a time when I do believe my mum was trauma bonded to my brother at one point, because no matter how bad he did to her, he beat my mum up, he did all sorts. She still forgave him for everything he ever did to anybody in the family. She let it go. And to me, that until I'm in that position myself with my own children, then I don't know how I would react in her position. I do believe my mum was afraid of him. He actually did. He put her in hospital once and everything, just because he didn't want to go to school. He kicked the shit out of her, and she's got a scar on her back from it, from when he booted her and she went flying across the room. He was a horrible person. Very, very horrible person. The stuff he did to me, to my mum. It was only when my stepdad came on the scene that he stopped being like that because there was a man in the house to scare him, and he wouldn't allow it. And it ruined my relationship with my mother for years. I don't care about the worst being out there about my brother. Honestly, he's the worst person in the world. He ruins so many people's lives. He's done it to so many people, so many innocent women that I've contacted that he's been around and endangered. And all I've done is try to protect these women because I don't want to see anyone go through anything, especially when I knew they had children. I would contact them straight away and I would say, like, you know, this is what he's done. This is who he really is. He's using a false identity. Please get him away from your house now. And I will always advocate for that. And this is why, one reason why I'm so against this fucking Devon. To me, a woman's come forward about you and you're justifying it. You're trying to say that she's a liar. It was all in the papers. Yes, it got NFA'd, but he's trying to compare his case with Levi's case that Levi had. Now, I'm going to explain it from start to finish, Levi's case, because it seems to be that people seem to get it mixed up. So with Levi, he was in a relationship with a girl. It came out she was in her 20s. It came out she got pregnant to somebody else whilst in a relationship with Levi and hid it from him. Obviously, he was buying her gifts and doing nice things for her. She clearly didn't want that to go. He then found out she was pregnant with somebody else's kid. And obviously, understandably, Levi was upset and angry with her. Her mum had texted Levi off her phone saying, don't contact my daughter again. She told her mum that she didn't know who Levi was, even though they'd been in a relationship for a year, but she made out she didn't know who he was. Her mum then contacted the police. Levi had all his devices seized and was questioned for stalking and harassment. Bear in mind, he never even met this girl. They seized his devices. He got NFA'd because there was no evidence of him stalking and harassing her. Now, how can you compare that to a grape NFA? So to me, when you have stalked and harassed someone, if you have done it, the evidence is there, clear as day. You can't delete it. It doesn't go. The police state that. When they take your devices, they can get everything you've deleted. They can get everything. They had his devices and searched them. They said, we're NFAing this. Corey seems to think it went to Crown Court. It didn't. I've got the message from his solicitor to say CPS are not willing to take this on. They don't believe that he's done that, basically. So CPS didn't even take the case on for it to go to Crown Court. I think Corey's getting mixed up between what Crown Court and Crown Prosecution Service is. So for something like stalking and harassment, which is all online, you would be able to get the evidence. The police would be able to have it. They gave him all his devices back and said, no, you're NFA, there's nothing. No, there's no evidence of you doing that. So then Devon had a bit of a back and a forth with Levi the other day because he said, well, why does my NFA mean something and yours doesn't? Because Levi had all the evidence there to confirm he was innocent, Devon. You met the girl in a nightclub, essentially gang raped her with another person, because there wasn't just one of you, was there? There was two she had the allegations against. But unfortunately, in them situations for women, it is your word against theirs, whether it was consensual or not. And if there's not, it's very, very hard to get a charge for rape. Extremely hard to get it. And that's the reason why, as an adult, my dad tried to push me to go to the police about my own brother. And I said to my dad, well, it's my word against his. And the only issue there is that I would then have to drag up all this past trauma from when I was a kid and bring it all back up after I've had all these years of therapy. And I just don't think that's something I want to go through. And I said, when we went to court and watched him get sent down for somebody else he'd done it to, I feel like that was my justice as well, and that was my closure. And that was like the door shut for me then. So I think for Devon to sit there and try compare the two is absolutely wild. And all the clique that defend him for it, because they're quick to drag up other people's NFAs. But when it's somebody else, they're not having it. It's crazy. Yeah, what Corey's doing is vile. But if he wants to do that, he can do that. That's down to him. If that's what he wants his platform to be based around, then that's on him. I think Alicia's argument is that she feels like she knows Devon personally and she believes him. But do you know what? There's people that know many people and sit there and say, oh yeah, they're a nice person, but that doesn't mean what they do behind closed doors is okay. I could sit there and say, well, nobody went to the police about Jimmy Savile, so that means he's innocent. No. And then Luke saying, well, we do charity work, we do things for people. So did Jimmy Savile. So do all these other celebrities that have done the most vile things. Does that make them innocent? No. Just from what you see on someone on TikTok does not make them, it doesn't mean they're that person. When I first came to this app last year, I played a character. I was like really flirty. I acted a certain way because it boosted my income. I'm not like that. Like Levi will confirm it. I've spent many nights with Levi. I'm probably one of the least affectionate people going. I don't want to sit and cuddle. I don't want to be spooned. I don't want all that shit. I'm so like, love my own space and being on my own. Like, I think I find having connections like that with people really difficult. Exactly, Paris Hilton with her persona. She acted like some blonde airhead and, she played a character for years. It turns out she's extremely intelligent and she's nothing like what she acted like. Do you think I have autism? Somebody else said this the other day, Dee. Now we've got me questioning myself. I was going to say you acted like Legal Blonde. That's the thing. People play a character on here for so long, and Corey plays a character. Corey plays a character more than anybody. He's not this confident person. He's very timid and he's very scared of the world. But as soon as he puts that computer on, he's got that camera in his face, he puts a character on and acts like he's very out there. %. I had a friendship with Corey off this app for months. And I knew who he really was. And he's not this person. I don't think he'd say shit to anyone in real life. Like, look how he acted when Rickster turned up at his house. It was wild. He went and hid in the kitchen. And I'm sure if you ask Rickster, he can tell you the same thing. He's using my trauma for money. There is a clip of that. I don't know what page posted it. I'm sure Levi can find it and play it in the box. Where he said, I'm making money off this for the next couple days. No, I'm not condoning that it was right that they turned up, but this is what I mean. He didn't even talk to him through the door. He hid in the kitchen. He took his dog and hid in the kitchen and rang the police straight away. Do you remember he also said that his dad lives a couple doors down from him? Well, that's definitely a lie as well, because there's a newspaper article of his dad being homeless. Being a homeless veteran, and it's a picture of him outside his house, and it's a new build. Corey lives on an old terrace street. Yeah, I laughed when No Face went to Zach's. I found it hilarious. How are people sending gifts to Levi? Is he in the box? I can't see him in the box. Oh, that's weird that they're only just coming through now. No, he says that there's no police cases on him. Well, Levi showed the proof of the police coming to my house at 12 minutes past 9 and leaving at 9:55. And he thinks I was on a call with EQ the other day. I wasn't. Levi showed my call, the incoming call from North Yorkshire Police. Angela, I'll talk about what I want, thank you. I have 2 foster brothers as well. They had a very, very awful childhood when they were babies. They went through the worst, bless them. And you know what, like, their life is so different now, and I'm so proud of them. Exactly, Tracy. I think if anything, I'm probably more disgusted in what Luke said today. He didn't play anything Corey said, no he didn't, but he sat there and said big up Corey for everything he said last night. He was bigging him up, saying big up Corey, and said that I'd lied about everything. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he kept saying big up Corey. He said he's going to discuss it tomorrow morning at 10. I have no issue with people discussing what I've spoke about. I have absolutely no issue with it. But to me, when you discuss these topics, there's a level of respect you should have, because it's not just me it's affected. It's other people who have been through the same trauma as a child who it's affected too. And not only you, by absolutely diminishing what I've said and disregarding it all, saying that it didn't happen because it never went to the police, you are then doing that to every other victim who was not brave enough or didn't have the courage at the time to speak up themselves. Oh, let him spout, Marge. And the amount of messages I've had off other women who have been through the same thing and they've said they've not even spoke up on it before. They've said they've not spoke up on anything, people still don't know, and it sits in the back of their mind every day. Like, it breaks my heart to know that women go through that, because that was me for so many years. Yeah, he said that Corey proved I was lying. No, I didn't see you in Angie's box, Casey. What did you say? Corey has to come on now because it's damage control. He's got to try protect his platform now. Thank you, JD. Thank you, my angel. Oh, he said I was putting fake tears on. That's wild. See, I feel like people just don't learn from their mistakes, and they carry it on and on thinking that they think what they're doing's right because they're trying to protect themselves. It takes a lot for me to cry. I am not a crier. I love you too, JD. Hi.
No, so basically when there was a clip shown, I think it was in Levi's or EQ's, of Luke saying, oh, he sent money to charity, what has Delusive or Sophie or EQ ever done? And whatever kept going on anyways. And I said in Delusive Andrew's box, I said, first of all, I said, Sophie helped me to get my dog's ashes. If it wasn't for her, I couldn't get them. I said, well, she doesn't need to prove the good things she does behind the scenes. I said, like you, Luke. And I also said, and how can you sit there, Luke, and ask people to not question Cockapoo's cancer, which there shouldn't be anyways. I said, but you think it's right for Corey to ask you for proof of your essay when you were a child. So, yeah. That'll probably be on the FIP. I don't know.
I'm proud of
But
you.
it's just, you can see the hypocrisy, like, you know, everyone was giving off about, oh, I can't believe you said this to Cockapoo, but where's that energy for, you know, Corey saying that to you, like, that you need to prove your essay? And also I said that not everyone reports it. You know, people don't go to it because they think they might not get believed and stuff like that, so, yeah.
Exactly. Like, do you all know Kaza, the one who not long had a baby?
Kaza.
She always battles like G Crew and all them lot. She had a wish list up when she had her baby. I bought something off that. I barely speak to the girl, but I bought something for her off that.
But this is what I'm saying. It's like they need to show off what they're doing. That's good when people behind the scenes are actually doing it. They just don't need to boast about it.
Yeah, I don't have to
It's
publicise
just like
everything I
helping
do.
a homeless man out and recording it. I don't like when people do that on TikTok. Like, you don't need to take your phone out and show people you're feeding a homeless man. Just feed them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was it really.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you for that.
No, it wasn't even that, Sophie. It's the fact that even Levi, when someone got in Levi's box crying about it this morning, I also said, Luke, you're not just affecting Sophie. I said you're also affecting your whole community.
Trigger warning right now, guys. Someone in Angie's gone for the same thing as you, self-harmed herself on Angie's live, and there's blood everywhere. Going on right now. Yeah, it's triggered her. A lot of people message me because it's the Corey situation. That's why I came off to see what's going on.
No, that wasn't. She didn't do that. Wasn't happening over Corey.
No, that's what a lot of people are messaging me saying, though. That's the thing they're saying to me.
Oh,
That's
they
what I'm
think that's over it. No, the girl just
No.
said she's very depressed
Okay.
and stuff.
But that's what happened just now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that lady, yeah.
Hello, Levi.
Hello.
I just heard what you said, but I've also just seen what's going on. Why is Angie allowed to host this?
I don't know.
Because she does it to herself. She's now letting other people get that het up and that upset on a live stream where there's thousands of people that they're hurting themselves. So how is this going to stop? Because Angie hasn't got the mentality to say, you know what, guys, this has been going on like since 5 o'clock. It's now nearly the next day, which is 12 o'clock. Who's going to have the brain capacity to go over there and say that this is not a show, bro? Like, what I do in my bedroom and everyone gets pissed off about is a fucking show, yeah? It's a holy show. What I do is a holy show, yeah? But have I ever, in all my 6 years, ever let anybody get upset on one of my lives or even anything like that? I don't understand the mentality of this Marcus M. Sorry, Sophie. This delusive Angie situation. So can someone that's higher up than me now, like, contact someone and get her live off? Because I'll be honest with you, I've had.
All you need to do, guys, is report it because the blood was seen in the video.
I'm not having it. I can't do this no more. It's 2025. It's been going on for 5-6 years that I've been on this app.
Angie was trying to help her, but she could have rung off live.
Yeah, she did. Angie actually was handling the
Angie was
situation really good.
Angie was
Doesn't Angie
We
have
don't know what's
contact
going
with her?
on at that lady's house, though, do we? Is she on her own? Has she got family?
Well,
Yeah,
she's
she's
on
on her own.
camera.
She was on camera. She's on her own.
She's on her own with
drinking.
a dog, isn't she?
Yeah, so
Oh,
Angie was helping her.
And she's drinking vodka as well.
Oh my God! Does anyone know where she lives?
No, Angie
And she gave Andrea, Angie her address.
Listen, I'll be
online.
honest with you. When I came to TikTok, it's not about this life. This seriously needs sorting out. Honest to God, I know you all can't stand me, but there's certain stuff going on. There's anxiety up the wall. There's this and that. This cannot be going on, Levi. And Sophie, if you can help it, get in contact with EQ or someone to get this stopped. Because when I was dancing in my bedrooms, doing whatever, it was concerning for people, and I don't understand why. When I was trying to make people happy through what we're going through in our own personal lives, I'm not even allowed in Angie's box because I make people too happy. So I keep away from it, Levi. Now you know I do. My numbers are down. Where I don't really care. Sort this out for this lady that's at home.
Yeah, she's not on live anymore.
Corey.
Yeah, guys, she came off.
Honestly, I can't breathe. What's it got to do with Corey, please?
Oh, you haven't seen, have you?
Oh God.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I ain't getting into it again.
Basically, it's just
All right, I'm
basically.
gonna go, guys, because I'm just gonna go. I'm not ever gonna be able to get used to something like that. Yeah.
It's gone. They're not on live anymore, James. They're on a Snapchat call.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Sorry,
Jen.
Sophie. Sorry, Sophie. Sorry, Sophie.
No,
Sorry.
you're okay. We love you.
No,
Jen.
sorry. I have panic attacks. I've been suffering bare anxiety. Like, I don't understand. Like, am I gonna get to 50 years old? Like, this shit can fuck you up for the rest of your life, you know.
Oh, I know. Trust me, it's
Like,
awful.
seriously, even down to your kids, your picnic, your panani, your fucking everything gets fucked up. I'll see you later. Police came for me today. I was dancing in the street. Guess what they did? They said,
What?
carry on. They said, carry on. And my neighbour was out doing the washing his car. I'm no
Nice,
trust to no
Jesus.
one. But I'll see you later. No, it's not bless me. It's bless the woman to Ross Clark.
Oh gosh.
So how are you when it was Sophie? You good?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's good. So when are we having the FYP back tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow. Yes.
Good, I can't wait. Well, I'm gonna drop down anyways and let you get on with what you're doing, but just remember you don't need to prove anything to anyone on this app. Like, it's not really, we all know they don't actually care. They're just doing it to show proof for other people, but I don't think anyone should have to prove any of their illnesses at all.
No, I don't think anyone should prove anything to anybody.
Yeah, and I'm sure a few months ago they were the ones that said always believe the victim. So, you know, it's just hypocrisy, and I think people are starting to see it now.
100% they are. Definitely.
Yeah. Right, well, I'm going to drop. Sending love to you, and I hope everyone's okay in the comments.
I love you too, darling.
Bye, babe, bye.
Sorry, my one of my other brothers is texting me right now asking if I'm alright. I think he's been told about the live. So he's messaging me to check up on me, bless him. We do have a lovely community here. This is the thing, and do you know what? One thing Corey said last night was that if Sophie had this information on me, she'd run with it. I think you all know me well enough to know that's not something I'd run with. I was asked multiple times by people to play the clip about Lynn's, and I said no fucking way will I ever play that on my live, ever. One thing I would never do is run with a story like that, ever, on anybody. He's trying to justify his actions completely, and I don't want anyone in my life ever again that supports Corey. Even as little as just going in and tapping his screen. Do not come in here. You can go in someone else's live. The trash can take itself out from now on. I would rather make less money on this app and know that I've been true to myself than sell my soul to TikTok like some of these people have. Exactly, Casey. Yes, we've got eyes everywhere. Thank you, darling. Please, any of my mods, if you see anybody in them lives, even just commenting in a supportive way. Obviously, if they're going at him, then brilliant. But if they're supporting him in any kind of way, please screenshot it and put it in the mod chat. And that's it. They're blocked. Because I'm just not having it anymore. I actually demodded someone the other day, one of my mods. She's American, and she was in Corey's box the other day. And I've always been happy with, you know, you can support who you want. I don't care. I didn't mind her liking Corey. I was questioning it a bit, thinking, God, after everything he's done, and we've had conversations about this, and then you're in his box, clout chasing off him, and he's getting people to follow you. And then I thought, nah, do you know what? I just thought, do you know what? Nah, she's gone. So I just removed her as mod and got rid of her. I just can't be arsed with it. He's a Luke clone. And do you know what? Luke is the root of all evil on this app. Everyone pins it on EQ. Don't get me wrong, she said questionable things before. She said vile things before, but she's held her hands up and she's admitted she's wrong. When have you ever seen Luke take accountability for anything he's ever done? I had a message... Oh, hiccups. I had a message off that Rossi live guy, you know, the one who made the song about me. And it was a really nice song. But then I got messages off people sending me screenshots of him in Alicia's chat, calling me Cokie Bailey and stuff. So I messaged him and called him out for it, and he was all apologetic. And I said to him, you know, I think from your posts on TikTok, it looks like you've got more important things going on in your life than trying to delve into my personal life and think you know me when you don't. And he said, oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I'm so sorry. They're all apologetic. And then I didn't reply. And then he said he was holding a live on Zia, came in my live on a fake account to try and promote his live, saying, what did he say? Are you on to Cam 2 Ross's live? And I said, no one gives a fuck about him. And then I blocked the fake account. And then I called him a submissive little bitch, because this is the thing. People will say things in people's chats thinking it goes unnoticed. And then when you message them to call them out because they come in your lives and support you, and you think, hang on a minute, that's two-faced. You come in my life and support me. You gift me. You're in my live gifting me to get clout, so I pin you. But then you sat in someone else's live slagging me off. Like, that's crazy. Thank you, Peachy darling. So, yeah, I blocked him. And then what did he message me saying? He messaged me something else as well. And I just replied back saying, why are you messaging me? F off. Like, go away. I don't want to speak to you. And your songs are shit. Just to clear that one up. They're absolutely awful. That's the thing, Kez. You know what? None of us are innocent. We've all done things wrong at some point. I've had to take accountability multiple times for things I've said wrong and out of turn. And I've always held my hands up and apologised and sincerely apologised and never made that mistake again. But these people are like repeat offenders, and they will constantly fuck up with the same shit, and people just turn a blind eye to it. They turn a blind eye instantly, and it's like they act like it never happened. But then Zach has a clean slate for so long, fucks up once, and he's crucified for it for the rest of his time on this app. It's insane. But then these people calling him out are doing the worst stuff. We're discussing everyone, Megan. It's just crazy. Yeah, well, Pearl did it more than twice. There's actually a video, I think Kimbo put it on. I think she's one of Shep's mods, Kimbo. She's got a picture of the Cookie Monster. She posted a edit of every single time Pearl did something racist. It was way more than twice. I think there was like 5-6 times. And if she gets away with it, it's all fine. Luke said he won't be putting sub only on tomorrow. See, it's crazy. The thing is, I'm a strong person. I'm not the kind of person who's going to do anything like that. Was me when I was a teenager. I tried to take my life twice when I was a teenager because of what happened to me. I was really not in a good place. But now, as I'm an adult, I'm so much more stronger. And I could never do something like that again because I've got 3 children who need me in their life. Oh, exactly, Tinkerbell. As soon as anyone comes in my defence, he will just mute or block them because he'll want it to look like everyone's against me. Exactly, Paddy. Yeah, no. Well, I'm sure Levi will be cam 2ing him in the morning. Exactly. You're not allowed to bring up any of their past. Well, why don't we pull up all Miss Red's Facebook statuses that she tried to pin on her ex, saying it was her ex that posted them? But you can blatantly see after the racial comment, she's replying back to women in the comments saying, I'll message you now about it. Why would your man be doing that? Why would your man want to have a gossip with your friends about your posts on Facebook? Your stories don't add up. And I didn't know about any of this. Yeah, the women gifting him in there want to be ashamed of themselves. I think any woman that gifts a man who does that to a woman is insane. And do you know what? If I have to start coming out with personal things about people close to him, you know, like his mod Sarah, who he calls Sarah, I will start telling everybody all about her personal life. Because when she was my mod, she told me an awful lot. Yeah, he doesn't even know her name. It's Sarah. She was horrible in the Discord to people. Yeah, she was banning people from my Discord left, right and centre. She's like a control freak. She thinks being a mod is like a paid role. She thinks it's a job. It's insane. I've never known anything like it. Oh, hello. I forgot how to pronounce your name. But hello. I remember you. From like a year ago. Still waiting for you. My mods pay me. Thank you, Peachy darling. My mods pay me to be mods. It has been a long time, yes. I know, it literally says Sarah. Who's other mod? Kay. Who's Kay? Oh, thank you, Kay. There's another Kay. I don't know who Kay is. You are a mod on here, Harry, darling. Thank you, Evil Lulu. Kate, oh, Kate. I don't know much about Kate. Yeah, you can pay a one-off payment of £500 for the year, or we do offer Klarna. So if you want to be mod, let me know. Love you, Lulu. Klarna mod now. Can I do the Klarna? Oh. What, has Klarna gone bankrupt? Really? PayPal credit is also accepted, yes. Oh, I wish I'd bought loads of stuff on there first before it went bankrupt then, because then I wouldn't have had to pay it back. Klarna needs a Klarna, yes. Oh, I wish I'd thought ahead. I could have got so much free stuff. Do you know what happened to me a couple months ago? I got a call off a debt collector because I'd gone over, what's that bridge called? The Queen Elizabeth Bridge, the one in Kent. I'd been over that and I had it set up on like a payment thing with like online with my car reg. But then I went in I had 2 cars at the time and I went in my other car and I didn't even think to like register that reg. And it was insane. So what should have been £2.50 for 3 times, so it would have been £7.50, I had to pay £700 for. £750 I had to pay from a £7.50 fine. I could have had a breakdown. I remember telling Corey about it as well, and do you know what he said? He said, don't pay it. And I said, are you joking? I'm paying it. I'm not having someone come and take my car or something off my drive. Like an episode of Can't Pay Will Take It Away, and they come in and start removing goods from my house. So he said, no, just don't pay it. I don't. I just have everything in family members' names, so I don't have to pay debts off, and I can prove that I don't own it. I get them to keep the receipts. So there you go. When Corey got a call from a debt collector the other day, I can guarantee you it was genuine, and he actually did. It genuinely was happening. Because he tried to give me advice not to pay him. I said, are you fucking joking? I'm paying it. There's no way I'm not paying that. So I just said, look, can I give you £500 today and another £250 next week? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. So I was like, oh, thank God. It's crazy, honestly. Thank you, Paul, darling. Thank you, Megan. God, I'm so mentally drained right now. I'm going to get some sleep soon, I think. The kids are at a birthday party tomorrow, and do you know what happened? I bought like a Play-Doh set, I went shopping with the kids on Friday to get Billy some school uniform she needs for September, because I thought, oh, I'll get it now before it all sells out. And then I remembered the kids are at a birthday party on Sunday, so I thought I'll get the child a present. I think he's 3. It's my neighbour's son. So I got him like this ice cream Play-Doh set. And then today, Billy's been awfully quiet in her room today. She's bloody opened it all, playing with it all. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. So, and she like looked at me and started crying. And I said, why are you crying? She goes, because I'm in trouble now, aren't I? I said, no, you're not. I said, it's fine. She's like, I just love Play-Doh. And I said, right, okay. I said, well, tomorrow morning we're going to have to go to the shop and buy him something else. I got it from Tesco Express. They had like some big sale. They've got loads of sales on for toys and random bits. Blake got... Well, I sorted through all Billy's toys with her the other day. I bought... Well, she wants a Barbie dream house, but I've told her she can't have a Barbie dream house till she sorts all the toys out, because they're so big, aren't they? And she keeps nagging for one because she's got one at her dad's house and she wants one here. And I said to him, where did you get it from? And he said, oh, I got it off Facebook Marketplace for 20 quid. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where I live, nothing, because I live in the middle of nowhere, like, our Facebook Marketplace is terrible. Like, I went on the other day and there was a man selling a beekeeping costume. Like, there's nothing good. It's just random weird shit. So, I might buy it, though, just out of curiosity, because it was only £25. I think I'd rock it. I might start keeping bees. But, yeah, so I'm going to have to go... First, dog, cat, chickens, and then bees. At least I'll have my own eggs and my own honey. Apparently, as well, honey's... Is it honey that's really good for allergies, like hay fever allergies, if it's like local honey? I'm sure someone told me that. Because it's like local to your area and it's your own pollen in it or some bullshit like that. Yeah, I heard that. So maybe that'd be good, because my hay fever's been awful. So maybe this getting a beekeeping costume and getting my own little hive would be good. But I'm just scared they might sting me. Like, I know the costume is to stop them stinging you, but like, I don't know if I want a ton of bees in my garden. That's the only thing. I don't think my neighbours would be happy. You need to take it regularly. Do you know what I like? I like honey in cups of tea instead of sugar sometimes. It's a nice little change, isn't it? It was one of my friends that did it for me once, because I had a cup of tea at hers and I said, can I have 2 sugars? And she said, I don't have sugar, but I'll put honey in. I was like, I'll try it. And it was so nice. They won't do you know what, Natalie? I don't think this is my forte. Oh, was he, Louisa? Oh, leave him to it. The Christmas party for the mods. We've not done one yet. I did want to do one last year for my mods. I was going to take them all for bottomless brunch and pay for it, but we realised we all live all over the country and it's hard work to arrange. Maybe I might do that this year, though, and take all my mods out for bottomless brunch. We'll just have to meet in the middle of the country somewhere, like Manchester or something, and then at least it's central for everybody. Thank you, Kay, darling. I wonder if I can pin gifts when I'm on here. Oh, yeah, I can. There we go. Everyone give Kay a follow. I'm okay, yes. I'm absolutely fine. OMT, I don't know why you're not a mod yet. I didn't know you wanted to be one. You can definitely be one. Here you go. You've been upgraded. You've had a promotion. Thank you, Evil. Grab my beep. Thank you. Oh, I love a curry place. I love a lamb handi. Has anyone had a lamb handi before? It's like, I think it's more Pakistani rather than Indian. But it's like quite spicy, and it's like lamb chops instead of like chopped up diced lamb. So it's really nice because you have like the full chops. There's a place in Bradford, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called like Mughals or something like that. And it's like, it comes in like a big pizza box, and obviously it's like lined with tin foil, and it's just loads of the curry sauce with like 10 lamb chops in. Oh my god, it's heavenly, with rice and a chapati. So nice. Yeah, this is a nice MT. This is the MT that we like, not the one that sits behind a green screen spouting off shite at people all day. It is so nice. It's spicy, but it's worth it. I sweat when I eat it. And I can handle spicy food, but it literally makes me sweat. I love spicy food. Thank you for the heart me's, guys. Oh gosh. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm good. So I'm gonna thank you, SLS. And I've got this kids' party tomorrow. I need to get a new present. I'm dropping, I'm gonna drop Harvey at my dad's and go see my dad. Thank you, JD. Oh, what an angel. And yeah, go speak to my dad about everything, so my dad can decide where he wants to go with it. But yeah, I'm going to drop Harvey there, I think. 'Cause I was going to take him with me to the party, but I thought, you know what, seeing as I'm going to my dad's, I'll just drop Harvey off at my dad's, and then he doesn't have to go and hang around with loads of little kids. Good night, Queen Kimmy. Get some rest, darling. Love you. Harvey can have a granddad's day tomorrow. Yes, I'll be on tomorrow night, so FYP will be back tomorrow as normal. I might come on a bit earlier. And then Monday, Billy and Blake are at their dad's for a couple nights, so I might come on a bit more in the day for you guys as well. Do a bit of cam 2-ing and spying on people. Seeing as Harvey will be at school all day and I'll be bored. Right, guys, I'm going to get some rest now. I'm sure Levi will be live, because I make him go live on a night so I can fall asleep to his voice, because it's quite soothing, isn't it? So I'm force him. He doesn't get a choice. So everyone, if Levi's live, go jump into his live, guys. Right, good night, everybody. I will speak to you all tomorrow. And thank you so much again for being so supportive. I really, really do appreciate it. And my inbox is always open. Just remember, I can't reply on this account, so it needs to be on my other account. I'm not Sophie Bailey. But I'll always reply to you guys. And thank you to everyone who's been supportive. And I feel happy that you feel like you can confide in me with things you've been through too. No, it's all right, Cassie. You're doing a good job. You've earned your wage, which is nothing. I love you all so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.